Hi everyone. I hope you had a brilliant bank holiday weekend and enjoyed all of the VE Day celebrations. It's a shame that we couldn't be together for this very monumental time, but hopefully we'll all see each other soon. Obviously, we miss you very much, and thank you for everything that you're sharing with us on the Seesaw app. So we're here at the beginning of another week of home learning, and we've been absolutely blown away by all of the learning that you've been doing and how kind you've been to not just other people but to yourself as well. Remember, this is a strange time that we're in, and everything you do has value. So thank you for all of the videos and pictures and comments that you've been sharing with us. So here's our story for this week. It's called It Starts with a Seed. And I thought it was appropriate because we're in spring now and things have already started to change, things have already started to grow. You'd have seen some things, not just the weather, but things changing outside, and it is a wonderful time to start going outside and enjoying the fresh air and the nature around us. And I particularly like this story because it's all about this little seed who perseveres and goes on a great big journey, and along the way he helps lots of different creatures. And it doesn't just take a little while, it takes years and years and years. So he really doesn't give up. Okay, so let's get started. It starts with a seed. And there it is. This is a sycamore seed. It's also known as a helicopter seed because of the way it whirls and twirls as it gets blown in the wind. It starts with a seed. But where will it lead? To a root? To a shoot? To a few tiny leaves? And then we can see there's a little ant there who's come to visit and see what's going on. And if you look really carefully, you can see there at the bottom the roots beginning to push further and further into the ground, looking for nutrients to help it grow and be healthy. As days turn to weeks, the seedling has grown. It's a dragonfly perch. It's a ladybird's throne. Can you find the ladybird? But it wants to grow bigger. It yearns to climb high, pushing down through the soil, stretching up to the sky. How can something so small turn into a tree, which is such an incredibly big thing to be? It's much bigger than me. It takes many summers and autumns and springs. With each passing year, the trunk builds up its rings. So as trees get older, it grows out and out and out. The trunks get thicker and wider, not just taller. And when you cut them open, some people who do cut them open, you can see little rings inside which tell you how old the tree is. And as it gets bigger, you can see all of the extra animals that it's trying to help. You can see a little deer there. You can see a bird. Maybe they're about to build a nest. Who else can you see who's come to visit the tree? Strong branches reach out. They give shelter and shade. A home where the animals don't feel afraid. They're protected there. Even in winter, when the leaves have all dropped, the tree is asleep. But life hasn't stopped. We see the bunnies that were up on the ground before. They've burrowed down to hibernate to keep themselves nice and warm and nice and safe. And we see a squirrel there as well. Looks like he's hunting for a seed that he hid there before. The squirrel's having to find the food in the ground because there's no food growing. Not many plants grow in winter. It is waiting for spring, for the warmth of the sun, when buds burst from branches. What colour? What fun! What colours have you got in your garden? Because that's what's happening right now. All of those buds, they'll start to appear, will soon start to open, and you'll see all of the colourful petals. Oh, and there's the bird's nest that we saw before. And I'm amazed at the moment how many birds I can hear out in my garden, out on the heath, out in the woods. It's not just a tree, but a wonderful world, full of beetles and grubs and squirrels and birds. And you can see there that the home that the rabbits had dug, they're not using it at the moment because it's much warmer. All busily making a life of their own in their leaf-laden, bark-bound, arboreal home. What's happened to the tree here? Look at the leaves. It's definitely not winter. And the things are definitely not little leaves and little plants anymore, so it's probably not spring. I'm guessing it's summer. But on this page, there's less leaves. And what's happened to their colour? Tell your partner, what season do you think it is? The seeds are now ready to float in the breeze. And I can see there in the rabbit's warren there that they're starting to get ready to hibernate again. And maybe, just maybe, as they blow in the breeze, these tiny, tiny little seeds might just turn into trees. And look, you can see there all these sycamore seeds, these helicopter seeds blowing in the wind, off to start their journey all over again. And that will be the start of a new life cycle, which if you look at the challenge slides that we've attached with this story this week, you'll find out a little bit more about life cycles. And although this was a fiction book, which means that it's a story, it's made up, it's imaginary, it's actually about something that happens every year, all the time. So it's actually giving us some information, which is what we call a non-fiction book. So it's a bit of a funny one, because it is an imaginary story, so it's fiction, but then the facts it gives us are not made up. So I hope you enjoyed that story, and please, please, please have a look through the challenge slides. There's lots to get you up and active and get you out. Hopefully the weather will stay on our side and will continue to improve. And there's lots and lots of things with nature that we can do to be creative. So I look forward to seeing all of the lovely learning that you continue to do with your adults at home. And have a wonderful week. Bye.